Hello and welcome to Social Media Weekly, episode 10th December 2019. Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
This week's news: Facebook added extra limitation to ads. Instagram hide likes. A browser extension enables it. Reddit grows by 30% last quarter. Instagram finally adds age checker. And here is the Twitter's top 10 tweets for 2019. Back to our stories. Facebook added an extra limitation to advertisements. They have been making adjustments to prevent discriminatory ad targeting. Just last week, we realized that lead generation ads with age form questions were all disabled. So we actually ran a few advertisements that had lead generation advertisements where they were, one of the questions asked was the age of the person who fills the form. So all of a sudden, earlier this month, all these ads started getting banned. Getting disabled. And we didn't know why it was disabled. So what happened was we actually went in and we checked a lot of all these things, and we realized, you know how Facebook is with how non-specific they are with explaining why your ad is not working, right?
Yeah, correct. Very generic, and then you have to guess.
So we had to do all the legwork ourselves, and then we realized that the age question has been disabled, so therefore the entire form has been blocked. And because the form has been blocked, all advertisements using that form cannot be used as well. So all we needed to do was change to a new form, disable it without the age question. So there are also other limitations that were newly implemented in the US. We think that they should be coming to this part of the world very soon as well. So advertisers, please be vigilant. If you find that your ads are not working all of a sudden, right, there may be issues with these questions. So they are gender, zip code, and multicultural affinities. We know that Malaysians are very multicultural country, and we also not just Malaysians ourselves by nationality, but because we are situated in the center of a melting pot between countries like, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, and then you also have India, Bangladesh, Nepal. Malaysian ads typically include cultural exclusion keywords in order to better filter unwanted or target audience that certain advertisers do not wish to target. But there is a possibility that soon we cannot do that anymore, which means that advertisements will start to attract audiences that may drive up the cost because they are not the audience that we want, because the filtration and the targeting cannot be further down
into the countries.
Cultural differences.
So if that's the case, right, it means that ad cost is going to rise up for next year.
It will rise up.
Way much.
We'll be expecting the click rate to increase, but the conversion to severely decrease.
True, agree. So there's nothing we can do about it, right?
Nothing we can do about it. We use Facebook, so we use Facebook for advertisements, so we have to play by their rules. The upside is that as long as it works on Facebook side, then everyone who advertises on Facebook will have to play by the same game. So which means that every single advertiser on Facebook will see this same trend. The only question is that now your clients might think that your
performance
has degraded, because if, let's say, you do a year-on-year comparison, quarter-on-quarter comparison, you might be able to see a decrease.
So much explanation that needs
be ready to explain yourselves.
Things that you can't control, and then you're responsible for it.
Exactly, right? Well,
that's Facebook. All right, next up, Instagram hide likes, a browser extension enables. It's called return of the likes, and it's a Chrome extension that re-enables likes and comment counts for Instagram account. We probably will never see likes and comments counts coming back to the apps, but at least this extension let us commit that little bit of pride crime on the side. Instagram has been testing this feature in parts of the world and soon globally. Yeah, I guess this is a part of progression, you know.
Yeah, it's for people who are
Still in
still in
delusional.
delusional.
Like I cannot live without likes. And don't get
Yeah.
depression. Then suddenly get soon becomes scoff.
Yeah.
Likes
So
the
so
depression
they
curve.
will have to go in there using the browse extension just to see it, every now and then, just to make themselves feel happy that what they're getting is good. And then
Oh my
eventually they will grow out of it, and this extension will be obsolete.
Oh dear. Their point of metrics of happiness in life, it's how
How many likes
可怜
they get. Yeah. But well, this one we have Instagram to blame, right? Social media to blame, right? Because they made us so addicted to these metrics,
Likes.
likes and comments, and because of that, now they remove it. People cannot live. It's like detoxing from cocaine or something.
Yeah,
you need
it's like-
something to replace it.
Like suddenly like this browser extension is like vape.
Yeah.
Vape with when cigarette
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
like trying to
exactly, yeah,
cut
yeah.
off.
It's like I'm cutting cigarette, but once in a while I'm still vaping. So this is a vape for cigarettes.
But okay, all you vapors, there's an extension enables, okay? So good luck with that.
Yep. Next up, Reddit grows by 30% last quarter. As of Q3 2019, Reddit grew by 30% to reach 430 million monthly active users. These people created 199 million posts, commented 1.7 billion times, and contributed to 32 billion upvotes. Most of the growth could be attributed to a few factors. First was the significant investment in Chinese company Tencent, which many were afraid would lead to censorship. Reddit is a country. It's a service based in the US. So, like all services and companies based in the US, they're always afraid of Chinese intervention and Chinese investment, because they always think that as long as the Chinese come in, censorship will also come in.
Yep, it comes in one package.
Yeah, it comes in a package. That's what they're afraid of. So a lot of communication happened in Reddit because of that. There was also an Ask Me Anything session with Bill Gates that received up to more than 110,000 upvotes.
Okay.
There other trends that contributed to higher engagement were content from beauty and style, wedding, food, fitness and wellness, and political communities. So this shows that I don't know if this is deliberately done or accidentally done, right? A 30% sudden rise in a service that is so old. Reddit is a very old service. It's like Twitter and Facebook days. And it has always been one of those services that has been quiet and secondary social media for a long time. And all of a sudden, we're getting 30% rise uptick in 1 quarter. If this proves that if the company were to be able to create a hype within the platform, like artificially create a hype within a platform, like for example, if Reddit created this thing called Ask Me Anything, and they invited Bill Gates in to talk. And because of that, it creates a viral content that goes out, and Reddit communication goes up because of that. That would be something that will increase the monthly active users. The thing with Facebook and Twitter is that, let's say for example, Facebook and Twitter, maybe even LinkedIn, is that they provide the platform, right?
Okay.
But they do not generate the hype. They expect content creators to generate the hype. If Reddit were to create this session called Ask Me Anything, and once every 2 months or once every 3 months, they would invite a famous person to answer questions in the Ask Me Anything, or to ask questions, or to run the session. They will be able to generate a lot of monthly active users, and probably even increase in user base
Engagement stuff.
engagement.
Yeah, because quality people are hopping in, and people want to have some quality feedbacks.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's a good move, especially for Bill Gates' side when they do it.
Yep. So where Facebook and Snapchat are creating originals, where they are paying people to create like short videos and everything, Twitter and Reddit can actually use this kind of format to actually generate more
revenues.
engagement, and call it their originals if you want. It's kind of like the same thing, right? It's just that the format is the platform is different.
Method of them doing it is different as well.
Yeah.
Slightly different.
Yeah, but it's still conversations. It's still things that people would read or people would ask questions about. Two-way communication with famous people. Who wouldn't want that? I would want that, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine Gordon Ramsay comes up.
Yeah,
Ask me
exactly.
anything.
You can ask Gordon Ramsay anything in the span of 1 hour or 2 hours.
Yeah,
That would be
like,
amazing.
yeah, true. All right, next up we're going to ads. This episode of Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Chop Tiang Bee Cafe at the heart of Melaka, Malaysia. Chop Tiang Bee serves authentic Nyonya and fusion cuisine and is located at Jonker Street, just 5 minutes walk from the famous Red Square and A Famasa in Melaka City. Their most iconic dishes include the curry laksa and nasi lemak. Also equally impressive are their range of homemade cakes like the carrot cake, which uses pineapples instead of raisins, and the onion cheesecake, which is must try. If you're heading to Chop Tiang Bee this weekend or this month during December,
Christmas time.
yeah, ching ching ching, be sure to get 10% off your entire receipt with promo code CTB10. That's CTB10.
Like what you said, right? Christmas, tong tong chiang.
Different twist.
Yeah.
So people will get like, what? Why tong tong chiang?
Why tong tong chiang during Christmas?
Well, be different, sometimes.
Yep. Next up, Instagram finally adds age checker. It took them 9 whole years to implement this, but it's finally here. New accounts will be asked to input their age, and anyone below 13 years old will not be allowed to create an account on Instagram. This information will also be used to feed young users about, educate young users about privacy controls. Instagram also said they may add features that only allow people they follow to message them, add them into groups, or reply to stories. So which means that maybe Instagram says that, let's say, between 13 to 18, right, you will be able to use Instagram in a limited capacity. So like, for example, like kind of like PG-13 version, like kids mode, right? And then only after 18, you will get the full mode.
Okay.
But below 18, you don't get Instagram.
Right. All right.
So all existing users will not be asked the age question. So this implementation will not harm their 1 billion users.
I think that's the main point.
Yeah, that is the main point, right? Because if they were to do this to existing, they will probably lose like about at least 20% of their 1 billion users.
And you know where to go? Reddit.
Probably. So here's another question as well, right? We don't know how this feature prevents people from lying about their age. I mean, how many times have you been asked to give your age and you gave the wrong age just to be able to get in?
When I was young, every time.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So it's like saying like how the common example they always give, if you're underage and you want cigarettes, you get an older person to buy the cigarettes for you.
Yep,
You
correct.
will still be able to smoke the cigarettes, but you don't have to buy it because you're not allowed to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
So the question here is, what kind of preventive measure they have, like to measure they have to check and see whether people are lying or not.
I really don't know because this is it's really hard to track.
Yeah.
Unless they have this IC recorder thing.
And they can't give the IC anyway because then it becomes
privacy issue.
Yeah, privacy issue. So then you have to weigh between this and that. So at this point, I think Instagram and all the other companies that ask the age question, they're only doing it to
for the sake of pleasing the crowd.
Yes, for the sake of pleasing the crowd and what is this called? Meeting the PR minimum requirement
Oh my god.
rather than actually doing something about it.
Oh my god. You know what Instagram should totally do? They should go to Reddit and suggest me anything for this suggestions since they are like
That's a brilliant
stuck
idea.
there.
Okay, Instagram, if you cannot figure out how to implement stuff, one of the idea is you can crowdsource your answers. So go to Reddit, ask the question, how do we implement the age checker on Instagram? And maybe someone can give you good ideas.
Yeah, I know, right? No, be smart about it.
That is brilliant.
All right. Here are Twitter's top tweet for 2019. Twitter just released their top tweets in various categories for the year. Top TV shows were Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, and The Simpsons. Top movies were The Avengers, Endgame, Toy Story 4, Joker, Spider-Man, Far From Home, and The Lion King in 2019. Top actors were Tom Holland, Chris Evans, and Zendaya. Top musicians were BTS, Ariana Grande, and Drake. And the top emoji worldwide was the haha smiley with two laughing. Two laughing tears.
The laughing with tears,
Yeah.
with tears coming out from the other side.
Now we know how LOL is transforming, right?
Yeah,
To just this
yeah,
this
laugh out,
icon.
yeah. So it was from ha 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 ha
To lol
to
lol
lol lol lol lol lol lol
lol
to
this
just smiley face with tears coming out from the side,
gets shorter and shorter.
which you can't even explain, right? Which you can't even describe right now. So you just use the emoji.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So by the way, anyway, I think I'm quite surprised that Toy Story 4 made it to the top.
I know. I was like, why you?
Yeah, why Toy Story 4, right?
Why
But
you?
I think the thing is, okay, Twitter is used by old people.
Uh-huh.
Toy Story has been a very long time movie,
Okay.
right? It's like what, 20 decades, like 20 years ago kind of movie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the people who still watch Toy Story are old people. So therefore old people use tweets, old people use Twitter, old people watch Toy
Maybe-
Story 4. Therefore it trends. And Lion King as well, because last
Yeah,
Lion
Lion-
King that came out was like 20 years ago, right?
Correct,
So this
yes.
Lion King remake came out, and it is more of a documentary
Yeah,
of lions. rather
National
than-
Geographic. National Geographic, but they're talking.
Exactly, National
So,
Geographic of talking
yeah.
lions. But then you have top musicians that are BTS. So I
Mhm.
would expect BTS is the Korean band, right?
Mhm,
So I would
yes.
expect BTS to be famous with the younger crowd.
So people will tweet them.
Yeah, Ariana
And Grande,
Grande
you know
and
the usual.
Drake as well. Yeah.
So yeah. So but still Toy Story 4, I really I don't get it.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm not a big fan of Toy Story, but probably some people out there are big fans of Toy
They
Story.
should just end at Toy Story 3, just
Yeah, for me it was Toy Story 2. Just end it there. Toy Story 3
two
was a
is-
little bit of a stretch as well.
3 is when he got delivered. Is it?
3 was the one that when he went
When
to
then-
university, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. Then it ends there.
It
Actually,
ends
quite
there.
nice.
It should have been a good ending, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, anyway, it's good money for them. So they will continue to make 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Maybe like Andy's son or Andy's son or Andy's son.
Oh my god, like and this son and this grandson era.
Or maybe they will turn it into like a digital version, kind of like a Wreck-It Ralph version of Toy Story 4, because nobody plays real toys anymore.
If you really want to venture into how Transformer ends their legacy,
Oh my god, no way.
then
Yes.
feel free to do so. Toy Story. Don't forget your Pixar, yeah.
Yeah, you can't do Transformers. You will destroy your image.
All right.
All right. Anyway, so that's all for this week's Social Media Weekly. Social Media Weekly podcast is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. This is Social Media Weekly, episode 10, December 2019. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.